Alright, so here is the original series Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider. And I'm pretty well done. I just put the last couple of drops of microsol on there to hopefully put those decals down a little tighter. And this has been a pretty significant project and time consuming. And the model's absolutely huge. It's 1/32nd scale. Yeah, but it is absolutely gigantic. So just some of the things that I did with it. First of all, we've got that light in the LED switch. Turns on the headlights and turns on the spots on either side. And I went ahead and put on a nav light just because. And I did have one death in the family with that nav light. Was green, but lost the wires inside magnet wire, and we were done. Guns painted with gunmetal, pale gray, flat aluminum through here, and then some more flat aluminum with drizzle gray and cable knit gray. My first attempts at fades, working on that technique a little bit. There's one on the other side. I thought the cabin turned out really pretty good. Cockpit turned out actually pretty decent. I like that black onyx paint. It's actually a color changing paint, so it's black with the pale gray on top. And then just again, mostly drizzle gray throughout. And then of course the black stripes are absolutely a nightmare to do, as we found out. And then actually some dolphin gray here on the far left wings, and on the right wing here. Dolphin gray to just give a little contrast here. And then I used a dark or light gray panel wash for the panel lines, and I thought those turned out pretty good as we go. The other switch, and the next switch we hit here, actually turns on the engines. And I know this is not Canon by any shape, fashion, or form, but I just did a Raytheon lighting effect with a couple of red bulbs. This is kind of washed out. It's actually just a deep glowing red from the back, or from the top. And then in the back, we went with 5mm flickering blue LEDs to give lots of blue and a little more gunmetal on the actual fins there to make that look. There we go, and just a couple of touches with more flat aluminum here, and then flat aluminum on the engine intakes, as I'm calling them, right there, as we come together. And then down below, one more switch, and this one actually hits a strobe that I put in here. I'll flip that the other direction again just to show you, but I'm waiting for a circuit to come from England that's supposed to have 5 different strobe effects. When it gets here, I'll wire that into the base, and that should take care of that strobe. Down below, we'll see what we can see down here. Engine intakes give me a nice blue glow here on the engine intakes. I thought that was kind of cool, the way I routed that out. Not so great on the mounting, trying to make that stick, but that's all right. And then, again, some more fades. The spotlights are in. Spotlights are done with an aluminum paint color, and then of course white LEDs to mask that. And you've got your colors down here, and a nav underneath that's red. Again, this side should have it, but like I said, the LED on there got crossed up and caused me some grief in the long run. The base was actually just a shelf unit out of I think Michael's, or no, I guess Hobby Lobby, and then I painted it a hammered steel look, and I thought that turned out really well. Kind of went with the Battlestar Galactica iron and steel look that they have there. And then these new LED switches, I wanted toggle switches that kind of matched the Battlestar Galactica planes. They're all filled, or the Vipers are all filled with toggles. Fortunately, these actually had LED lights in them, so those lit up as you went, and as we take everything down, you can see that that's how that works there. And then one last piece that I've got here in this particular base That is a momentary switch that as soon as that circuit gets here, I'll be able to connect that to the momentary switch and have that have the momentary switch change the strobe. The circuit I have coming has got 5 different strobe modes, and it makes us see which one I like the best. I'm hoping it'll have the very quick 20 nanometer pulses with then about a second off, and then 2 quick pulses again and a second off. That would be my preferred, but like I said, with 5 different strobe effects, that should be actually pretty cool to see what happens. So again, one more time to watch it power up. Orange lights here in the front, just the headlights, and I did put them in. Some people put them over to the sides, but I liked them better as protrusions there, so I kept them in that shape. The nav light comes on, and then the searchlights come on with that particular switch. Next is the engines that they come on. Again, the red there, and the blue flickering as it does. And then finally the last switch is the nav switch. I'm sorry, the strobe switch. So that's the Cylon original series Raider. It's a huge model. Make sure you got room to put it somewhere, but that's it for this one. Running on a 9-volt battery that's in the base. Thank you.